Greetings to all of you internetians. This is Piano Bar Live, where we all connect with live music. The show starts now.
From Chicago, from At Home and Drew's on Halsted.
Here's a song by Dave Frischberg.
I like to stroll on the Costa del Sol at sunrise. And to me, Waikiki is the place to be speaking fun wise.
I like to dine in a Florentine palazzo. You can laugh and call me fatso. That's okay by me.
I like to stick with the first class ticket buyers. Setting trends with my trend-setting friends, the frequent flyers. I like to shop on the Champs-Élysées, eat curry in old Bombay. Spend New Year's Eve in either Tel Aviv or Rome. But if it's all the same to you, let's eat home. I like to lunch with a bunch in old Savannah.
I know a swell hotel north of Kalispell, Montana.
I like to eat in my suite at the Subway Plaza.
And I know a bar in Gaza where they serve goat lip tea.
That's disgusting.
It's yummy.
I jump a jet just to samba one set in Rio. To say hi, how's the folks, maybe swap some jokes with the trio. A guy walks into a bar, and then it's off to my condo in Spain. Hang glide off the coast of Maine, and spend Labor Day in either Monterey or no. But if it's all the same to you,
All the same to you.
all the same to you,
All the same to you.
it's all the same to you, let's eat home.
Hey, Ann and Mark,
Hey, Scott.
how are you?
We're fabulous.
Welcome to Piano Bar Live.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we get to celebrate with our friends from another town, which is nice. We wanted to get to Chicago back last year. We were all going to come out that way, and then of course we couldn't travel. But we're making this work now. And thank you so much for opening the show for us. We're going to bring on Russ now, real quick, to let everybody know exactly what we're doing this evening.
Hey,
And-
everybody. Hi, Mark and Ann.
Hi, Russ.
There's Russ. And Russ, you're at Drew's on Halsted.
Yes, we are.
And you are in the live space, and there's actually live patrons.
Oh, yeah, that's where you hear some of the noise in the background. We have some
that's-
people eating right now.
That's what we love. I'm so glad to hear. What so that people that are in the Chicago area or can get in there, what are the rules over at Drew's right now as far as making a reservation to come in? And
Right now, the city just moved the restaurants up to 50% capacity.
nice.
And
Okay.
so we're still waiting on doing music for a little bit. I'm still not comfortable with it and I think people aren't comfortable really either performing and seeing music for a while. I'm hoping maybe by spring or the end of spring or summer, we can maybe start doing some things.
Excellent. Like everybody, we're waiting for the right moment.
Right.
So Ann and Mark, you're at home and you're
Yes.
performing, and the both of you are really Chicago people.
Yeah.
And you've been doing a live stream since March, is that right?
Yep, 46 weeks in a row.
Excellent. That's look, that's the way to get the music out there. We have a lot of people
Every
on the
Thursday.
thread that know you and that have appreciated seeing you tonight, including we have Ruth Bonnet out there. She's an original Chicago gal, came
Hi,
to New
Ruth.
York, and now she's in LA. So welcome, Ruth. Welcome, Ann and Mark. And we're going to get back to Drew's in a moment or two. We are going to now go to Tony's Corner. He tells everybody a little bit of the news. But before we go there, Ann, you are the president of the Chicago Cabaret Professionals, right?
I am the current president. That's
That's
correct.
excellent. And membership in that is something that people can do by going to a website?
Sure, they can become just an associate or they can become a professional member. It's $35 for chicagocabaret.org.
What a
And that
deal.
helps support what happens there. And also, you have shows that you do, lots of stuff that's going to come. And as soon as everything opens up again, we all want to come back to Chicago. But if you want to support
Please
what
do.
they're doing.
Yeah.
go there to the Chicago Cabaret Professional site and find out. And so, Ann and Mark, thank you again. I'm going to turn it over to Tony now for Tony's Corner, and we'll see you. Go back to the green room, have a drink, and enjoy the rest of the show. And you actually have your own show tonight?
I'm hosting an open mic, which I do every Tuesday.
Which is brilliant. And
Right.
Where do people go to that?
Well, they can email me at burnell88@aol.com, and I'll give them all the information.
Okay, excellent. Thanks
it's
for
on
doing that
Facebook.
great work, man.
That's fun.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Scott.
You're very welcome. Hey, Tony, it's time for the corner.
Okay. It's my moment, so I'll give you a rest, and I'm going to bring you back shortly. Hey, everybody. It's Tony Javed, associate producer and man at the controls. So I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. But I am the guy behind the controls, and I like to come back from behind the curtain this time every week just to say hello. All of our people worldwide, whether you're coming in from Facebook, whether you're coming in from YouTube, or whether you're watching us on Broadway On Demand, we love having you. And we always look forward to every Tuesday when we come together to connect with live music. And I am particularly excited to have you all with us tonight for our 72nd show, where I'm getting a much needed night out on the town. And the town tonight is Chicago. So it's also that time of the show where I remind you how the most important way that you can help us keep bringing you piano bar talent week after week after week. And that is, I finally found my information down at the bottom of the screen. It is our virtual tip bowl. Yes, we love to have you with us. We love it when you light up the chat. Please do so. But if you have a spare shekel or two, we would sure appreciate it if you dropped it in our virtual tip bowl. We have more tours of more cities in the works, so that you can get excited about the people who are going to be there to greet you and delight you with their talent when we are able to safely go into our shared spaces. So we just keep up the good work, and we're going to get there. And in the meantime, whether it's in a brick and mortar space or we're doing it virtual, we are able to connect you with live music through your generous tips. So please do give what you can via Venmo or PayPal. I will also drop that useful information into the chat throughout the show. But now it is time to get back to the music, which is why we are all here. And my control panel just a little bit sluggish tonight. See, it happens to all of us. Well, if you're not going to listen, I'm just going to ignore you, and I'm going to bring Scott back on here. Scott, the Gremlins.
Yeah, we have to deal with gremlins.
I don't know. The gremlins just want people to give their tips tonight. That's why it would not allow me to get rid of that useful information on screen.
Yeah, and
we're
everybody,
here together.
thank you. Thank you so much, by the way, for those. If you can do those virtual tips, that helps us to keep moving around. And as Tony said, we're looking to visit all different places, all different cities, and start to see what everybody is preparing for, which is when we can get back into, as he said, the shared space. So tonight's exciting because we are finally getting to Chicago, and our next guest is somebody that Chicago gave the world. She's originally from Chicago. She started out in the piano bars in Chicago, Davenport's and other places that were operating in the day there. Came to New York, became a part of the piano.
The Gremlins were there tonight. You're back, Scott. You're back.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm sorry. That's all good. So we are going to please bring on now, again, Karen Mason is with us tonight. Can we bring Karen on? Hey, Karen.
Hey, Chicago. Hey, Scott. Hey, Tony.
Yep. Hey, Chicago.
Yeah.
So, Karen, that's where you started. That's where your family is from.
I did.
You were raised in Chicago, and you were part of that scene in Chicago in the day.
I was.
And we mentioned Davenport's and some of what was the first club you performed at in Chicago?
I worked the first club that actually I did half price nights at a gay bar called La Pub. And then, so we got paid for that. But we went from like one show a week on half price nights to doing 3 shows a night, 5 nights a week. We, the gentleman who owned it, Danny Riley, took pity on us and liked us and, wanted to fill the bar with music. So
Excellent.
it was great. The first place outside of that was a place called The Other Side, New Year's Eve of 1976, going into 77.
Okay. That's
Long ass time ago.
that's early
It's been a
Chicago
minute.
cabaret history.
We got paid in a little bit, and we got paid in French. What are they called? French. It's like the French beef. It's with au jus. They're really good. They're really good sandwiches.
Oh,
What do you
sandwich.
call
okay.
them?
French dip.
French dip. Yeah,
That was
Le
that
French
was a
dip.
good pay. Hey, that
that's
was
right.
an
We got
okay
paid
pay
in
in the
cash
day.
and French dip sandwiches.
Yeah, that was all
Not a
right.
bad gig.
You get a free meal. That was the way a lot of us here in New York used to get paid as well.
Absolutely.
You came to New York with Brian.
Brian Lasser. I moved here in officially we moved here in 78. So I've been here a long time, but I'm lucky. I get a chance to go back to Chicago and work all the time. Well, when there is work, I
Right.
try to get back there at least once or twice a year. I love going back to Chicago. Listen, once a Midwesterner, always a Midwesterner,
All
and
right.
it's so great to hear all those, all that. I know they don't think they have a way of speaking, but oh yeah, it's so good to hear. It's
They
all,
have that accent, right?
oh my God, it's so great. I used to get in so much trouble when I moved to New York because I'd go into auditions and I'd be talking like this and, and singing with those wide O's, those, flat A's. And they would say, you just you sound a little like you're from the Midwest. Like, well, yeah, I am. And so it's, over a period of 40 years I've been here, phew, it's gone away. But as soon as I'm back in Chicago, it's back.
Makes you feel any better? I have a problem with my accent wherever I go. So
I don't hear your
I
accent
know. I
at
never
all.
know. I never noticed it.
never noticed it. That's great. So listen, Karen, so you came to New York from
Yeah.
Chicago, and then you became a part of the world because of the Broadway shows that you were in so many of them. We really appreciate that because the one thing I know about you is that you've never forgotten where you came from, and you've always been a part of the piano bar world and the cabaret world. Recently doing shows at Birdland before
Yeah.
the shutdown, and you're going home to Chicago as soon as you can, right?
I am actually. I'll be out at the. I'll probably, Davenport's. I was talking with Sue and Donna, and that's kind of my home base right now. And they, as soon as they want to open, I'll be on their doorstep.
Excellent.
And then I'll be out at the Metropolis out in Arlington Heights. So my family only has to go a very short distance to see a concert. And I think that might be November. Listen, all those dates have gotten changed for so many years. Who knows when I'm going to end up singing live again?
And then you can go down and visit your friends at Drew's on Halsted and check that place out.
Yeah, actually, it looks really great. And Drew is such a great guy. He's, he actually comes to my shows on Thursday, my little virtual thing. So
nice. Yeah, you do shows every Thursday, right?
Yeah, every Thursday at 5 p.m. Kind of like Ann and Mark. I hope we're not at the same time.
No, they're on Tuesday night. They're on the same time.
Oh, Tuesday. Oh, I thought they said Thursday.
The more, the merrier.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what? I know a lot of people are doing shows now. I love that people are counting how many weeks. I have not counted. It just feels like a long time.
Well, we don't want to keep our audience waiting anymore. And I know they're here. They want to hear you sing. So
thanks.
You want to let's start, and you do that little talk. Yeah, there you go.
I will toggle
and take it away.
All right, I'll toggle and start. All right, here we go. Ba-boom. All right. Nothing's impossible, I have found, for when my chins are on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, la 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 la. Don't lose your confidence if you slip, be grateful for a pleasant trip, and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Nothing's impossible, I have found, for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, start all over again. Don't lose your confidence if you slip, be grateful for a pleasant trip, and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Work like a soul inspired till the battle of the day is won. You may be sick and tired, but you'll be a man, my son. Oh, won't you remember the famous men who had to fall to rise again? And pick yourself up, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. I'll get some self-assurance if your endurance is great. I'll learn by easy stages if you're courageous and wait. To find the strength I want to, I must hang on to your hand. Maybe by the time I'm 40, or before I'm rigor mortis. Nothing too profound, for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, start all over again. Don't lose your grip, keep your confidence if you slip, and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Work like a soul inspired, though your troubles keep you in a whirl. You may be sick and tired, but you'll be a man, my girl. Won't you remember the women and men who had to fall to rise again? So take a deep breath, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, eat a few cakes, have a few drinks, make a few calls, and then start all over again. Yay! Thank you. I know you're applauding wildly. This next song, thank you, Denise, one of my first employers in Chicago, back at Byfields. Brian and I worked a lot together until we worked 16 years together. It felt like it was a lifetime, and yet it was so brief, too. He was a great writer and wrote this song for a show that, never was produced. And I think, there are still some beautiful gems from that show. It's called We're the Lucky Ones. And I feel privileged that not only did I know Brian and get to work with him, and especially in Chicago where, it's amazing. People in Chicago, the people in Chicago were very generous. The cabaret professionals, all generous. They all welcome everyone. And that's a really great place to be. A really safe, wonderful world to live in. And we are the lucky ones. This song was written by Brian Lasser, and I hope you enjoy it. We're the lucky ones. We're the ones who have to bounce back. They can't bear to give 1 ounce back. We're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones. We feel pain and feel elation. They are 'cause we feel the need for sharing. We're the lucky ones. That seems little comfort now, but soon it will be clear that we're the lucky ones. Though a heart can break, a heart can heal. Cherish your ability to feel. We're the lucky ones. Though the deepest hurt can come from those we hold most dear, we must never fear. Happiness is near, 'cause we're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, my
That's lovely.
pleasure.
Yeah. And tonight, we're the lucky ones.
Oh, thank
Indeed.
you.
To
You
get
know,
to
I just
see
think
you.
that song, you know, it's true about where we are in the world. You know, it's so divided now, and yet, you know, the people who are the artists are suffering the most, and yet we really are the lucky ones because we get to feel things, and you know, at
And
the end, we'll be okay.
I think that, yeah, those of us
Exactly
that are
right.
still here, those that we no longer have, obviously, great losses over the last year.
Great losses.
One of the things that I think is going to happen from all of this is that I think people have already realized how important it is what we bring to the world with our music and
Yeah.
our spirit. And we're going to bring on Drew. We're going to bring on Russ now from Drew's. Check on them. And then we have another Chicago friend that we're going to bring on next. But don't go anywhere, Karen.
Okay, I
Hi,
won't.
Karen.
Hi,
And
Russ.
there's
How
Russ.
you
How
doing?
are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I've been enjoying your live stream. It's great.
Thank you. I think I called you Drew.
No. No, I'm Russ. I'm just the entertainment director here.
I
You
know
hear,
you are. I know
you
you
hear
are.
hustle bustle, but we can't complain because we got people in the restaurant and things
That's
are
great.
opening up right now. So
You're very
Absolutely.
lucky. You know, we're
Yeah.
very envious here in New York. We're not able to do that. So,
right, you might want to tell the guys you told them about Byfields, but why don't you tell them where you got your start at Lawrence of Oregano?
yeah, at a restaurant called Lawrence of Oregano's, and it was an Italian restaurant started by Let Us Entertain You organization. They have so many amazing restaurants, and that was one of their first. And I got hired not to be a waitress because they didn't trust me with being a waitress, very wisely. So I got hired to just be part of that. They had singing waiters and waitresses, so I was the singing receptionist, and that's actually where I met Brian. And it was on what was the street? It was on Diversey. It was on Diversey, and
Not
basically
far
my
from
job
us.
was, huh?
It's not far from where Drew's is at.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
We're in Lakeview, but it's about a mile away.
Yeah, I mean that's a great neighborhood. It always was, and yeah, so I got hired to hired. I basically was the receptionist, and then I handed out pasta salad and sang. Yeah, so I put on like 50 pounds.
So we have another gift from Chicago to the world that's on with us, and we're going to bring on right now somebody that you guys are very familiar with. Again, we were going to go from Piano Bar Live last year, where this gentleman was our host, to Chicago, but unfortunately we had to take this little side trip But everybody, welcome Mr. Michael McAssey.
Hey,
Hi, Mac.
I'm a gift. What happened? I'm
You
a
are.
gift. Open me.
Uh,
Just checking.
uh,
Hi,
Still
everybody.
works. Still works.
Tony, let's let Drews go back to serving food, and we're going to be back in a moment or two, Russ.
bye, Russ.
Bye, Russ.
Yeah, they sound like they're having a party.
Yeah.
I just did what you told me. Sorry if it was abrupt, Russ. We'll see you later.
Hey, so you guys, both of you came to New York early on.
Basically the same month. I knew Karen and Brian, and for like a couple years in Chicago, and I had also at the same time was working at Marriott's Great America with Liz Calloway, and then I got to know her sister Ann Hampton Calloway. All of us, Liz, Ann, Brian, Karen, and I, we all moved to New York within about a month, 6 weeks of each other. We all individually sort of ended up working for Irv and Rob.
Yes.
And that's how it all started. So we had this little Chicago conglomerate that's just, and we still
We travel
talk to
in
each other
packs.
today.
What a great gift to that to the cabaret community in New York and the piano bar community in New York when you got here. I said it many times. I'll say it again, Karen. Thank you for the intro to this whole world. One night, I think, like I said, I saw you performing upstairs at the Duplex, and that might have been Nancy Lamott and Sharon McKnight that same night. It was an amazing place.
Yeah.
And thank you, both of you for the entertainment that you've given our city. And you both go back to Chicago. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I know McAssey, you've been playing. You're just waiting till you can get back. I know that.
I know.
I know. So, Karen,
I'm just waiting to get out of my house.
I know
Hear,
that
hear.
Pants
too.
on.
I get it.
I'm
I
still
get
not
that.
wearing any pants.
Neither am
Heard
I.
it here first, folks.
So, hey, Karen,
No secret.
thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It was a pleasure. I'm going to be watching it on Facebook. So
There you go.
everybody better be good.
Back to
Karen Mason, I love you.
I love you too,
We
Michael
all love
McAssey. Thank you all so much. I love being part of it.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, McAssey.
What up?
It's all good, my friend. I watched you on your stream about a week ago. You're doing so well with this virtual stuff, my friend.
Who knew? I mean, who knew?
I
And
kind of knew, but
I still say you're the one that started all this. A year before the pandemic, this idea was yours. That one night we were hanging out at Pangea and there was like 10 singer, pianists, cabaret people. We were all hanging out one night and you mentioned something about, and you said the words Facebook Live and I said, Facebook what? And within a couple of months, we started this little thing. You just said, just show up and do your thing and we'll film it live on Facebook. And I'm like, what? And that's how it started. And it was so much fun. And we will get back to it eventually. But it was just, you started all this. So we spent from like August until March in the clubs. I remember the weekend they shut down Broadway, we were just about to do like our last Monday night at Brandy's.
Yep.
And we waited, and then by like noon, you texted back and said, no, we're not going. So the next day, I'm on a bus to Atlantic City where I thought I was going for 2 weeks and ended up being there for 8.5 months.
and thank you to your
Thanks,
friend
Lynn.
Lynn. Thank you to Lynn. Lynn, you took such good care of Michael. We all saw.
Well, and she was, I mean, we've been friends for 30,000 years, and she was able to procure like a keyboard, friends of hers that had a catering company in Atlantic City. So I had a keyboard up in the 3rd floor. It's not the attic, it's the fabulous 3rd floor. And thanks to Nancy Timpanero for my backdrop. So
Yes,
the next
that's
thing
right.
you know, I have this little like studio, and that's why. And then when Piano Bar Live, went virtual, because it was like there was like not a lot for me to do. So it was like, well, let me try open mic. So then I started doing ladies and gentlemen, open Max Sundays at 7
Every
o'clock.
Sunday.
And then from that, I also am now part of Virtual Piano Bar, which is from my friend John Richardson, who's based in Provincetown, and he's got Bob Egan and Joe Regan, and there's a whole slew. And so my shows for Virtual Piano Bar are Wednesday nights at 6:30. So I'm on harassing people and chasing children twice a week. It's great.
Love the show, Michael. I love the show.
Thanks.
So we're going to give you your full space now to show
Full
everybody what it is that you do.
As if they didn't know.
Oh, surprise. No, okay. So this song was originally one of the first songs I would do at Piano Bar Live when we were at Brandy's, because we were just down from the end of the street. And now that I've got my new home in Chicago, Drew's on Halsted. Hi, Drew's! That's my home away from home. I've played there a few times. It's fabulous, right on the corner of Belmont and Halsted. Big picture windows, and you can sit there and sing, and then strangers walk by and make faces at the back of my head. I kind of like it. But this song is dedicated to all my friends in Chicago at Drew's on Halsted. When the shades are drawn and the light of the moon is banned, and the stars up above walk the heavens hand in hand, there's a shady place at the end of the working day where young lovers go and this hot little trio plays. That's where we meet. That's where we meet. Back up. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. Oh, where we meet. Oh, where we meet. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. From the alleyways where the catwalks gently sway, you hear the sound of Otis and the voice of Marvin Gaye. In this smoky room, there's a jukebox plays all night. We can dance real close underneath pulses of neon lights. That's where we meet. That's where we meet. I hear you. Scary. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. Oh, where we meet. Oh, where we meet. I hear a tambourine. Oh, we must be at Brandy's. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. There's a downtown smell of cooking from a flame on an open grill. There's a sax and a big bass pumping, Lord of mercy. Oh, you can't sit still. Big finish. That's where we meet. That's where we meet. That's where we meet. That's where we meet. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. Oh, where we meet. That's where we meet. Oh, where we meet. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. Meet you. Rendezvous in the club at the end of the street. Shaka Khan. Hey, I got a Shaka Khan in there. All songs end with Shaka Khan. I think I just lost the C. And are you all right? It was so excited it decided to go away. Oh, don't try DIY at home. Anyway, in all the years doing piano, it was like, hi, David Mayoko. You can dance for grandma. Dance for grandma. David Mayoko show is on Wednesday nights at 6:30 on the Virtual Piano Bar Network. I just had to plug him. You all must know he's incredible. So's Liberace. In all the years doing cabaret and piano bar, it's like I moved I was a big Karen Mason fan and was doing musical theater and stuff in Chicago. And then when I moved to New York, I sort of played piano, but not really in public. And I especially didn't sing and play at the same time. And I ended up working at a restaurant across the street from where Don't Tell Mama is now. It was at the time called Great Aunt Fanny's. And it was a theatrical hangout. It was like all the show casts would hang. And while Irv Rabel and Rob Hoskins were built, they owned the duplex, and they had just bought Brandy's, and they were building Don't Tell Mama. So they used to come across the street and have dinner, and I got to know them, and they eventually kidnapped me across the street, and I was at the front room piano with Norma Curley and Christopher Marlowe on opening night of Don't Tell Mama, and I was scared, you know what, Liz, because I sort of played, but I still was like, okay, how's this going? And then the next thing you know, like a year later, I'm doing a stand-up act. So over the years, I'm going to stop talking now and get to the song. I've been associated with a certain song that was written by my now friend Michelle Browerman and Karen Gottlieb. I first heard it from Billy Stritch when he was in Montgomery Plant and Stritch, and it was his big solo. And I begged him to let me have it when he was done with it. Many people have sung it and recorded it. It's a classic, and I just figured between working in New York and my friends in Chicago, this song I always end up not having to do. I love doing it. So I would like to do my second song as my favorite year. Stole this bit from Karen Mason. You reappearing in my mind. You were right and I was blind. But that was long ago. And now, do I ever cross your mind? And are your memories like mine? Or have they let you go? After all the loves I've lived through all these years, I had to go so far without you. Now it's clear you were my favorite love. That was my favorite year. When we were young forever. Yesterday, fools and little children run away. And if we could go back there, would we stay? After all the loves I've lived through all these years, I had to go so far without you. Now it's clear you were my favorite love. That was my favorite year. You were my favorite love. That was my favorite year. I love that song.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you.
Hey, Mac. So just people that may not be aware of this. So when we were still back at Piano Bar Live, you had a moment. We had Michelle Michelle Brownman came on as a guest.
Yes.
And-
Now I had known her. We had been in contact back and forth for a couple of years. We'd never met in person, but she had seen some videos and just we had a mutual admiration society. And she ended up becoming one of our guests. And then I had the complete honor and joy of her playing the song, and I got to stand up and sing that. And it's still, to this day, it's one of the best memories I've got in cabaret completely.
One of the best memories that we have as well, Michael.
Thanks.
And at that same time, approximately a couple of weeks later, we had Russ in the house.
Yes, we did, because it was his birthday.
We're going to bring Russ on now.
Hey guys.
Hey,
And
Russ.
I want to thank all of you, and especially Mac and Scott, for bringing me out there. That was the best birthday I've ever had.
We had it was I just missed just having people come in and screwing around at the piano. No big, I missed that.
We'll be
I know
back
we
to
want to
it
get you back here as soon as we can.
I know the minute you guys say and it's okay, it's cool. I'm heading to Drew's, I swear.
We're all going to make our way to Chicago. It's one of the first stops because it's actually drivable.
I hope so.
That's a big plus.
And I'm going to tell Mac this because I haven't been on with him. We're possibly going to have another venue that's connected with us, but where it's tied up with attorneys and other stuff. So cross your fingers, it may happen. So
You
we'll
tied
talk
up your
privately.
attorneys?
Wow.
Attorneys and landlords.
That's wonderful news, by the way, Russ. To be bringing new places and new spaces
We
up.
could always use new places because so many disappeared.
Absolutely.
The thing of it is too is spaces are very important. There's some people that are kind of territorial with, we don't want you taking our performers and stuff like that, but that's not true. There's enough performers for all these venues, and I think it's great, and it's a lot of places that people can pick from.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have enough customers as well coming, because once this is done, I think people are going to want to get out. And when they want to get out, I hope that they're going to choose piano bars as one of the places they go, because there's no better place in the world to connect with people than when you have a piano in the middle of the space as well. So.
Well, and let me say just before I go is the fact that, I know, Russ, they've got to have the camera set up a certain way for tonight. But when you are at Drew's, I think on the other end of it is a huge corner picture window where the piano is, and you face the whole room. And like I said, it's fun because I would make fun of people walking by, or we'd wave to people and talk to them through the window. It's the restaurant itself is beautiful. The food is incredible. And it's just Drew and just everybody, and Denise Tomasello and Russ, everybody there, it was a restaurant that now Denise and Russ, they kind of came in and go, we could put a piano, we could do some cabaret, and it became this great space that was just taken off until everything shut down, like everything else. But Drew's on Halsted, Belmont and Halsted. I love you guys. I'll be there soon.
We're going to see that optic of the street scene through that window shortly, because Carolyn is in that spot. But right now, Carolyn is back behind Russ, and we're going to hear Russ perform from Drew's live.
Yay!
That live audience in there. Michael, thank you as always for being a part of this world, and always being on the cutting edge, my friend. Actually,
thank you, Matt.
You can say that.
Thanks, Russ. Thanks, Scott. Tony. See you guys later.
See you at Open Mac.
Bye.
Bye now. All right, Russ.
So you ready for me to
Carolyn,
sing?
we're ready. Take it away.
Okay, and welcome to Chicago. For those of you in the restaurant, we are streaming from New York, so just bear with us for a little bit. Thank you. Ready? Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll I just want to say they do things that they don't do on Broadway. Say you'll have the time of your life. I saw a man and he danced with his wife in Chicago, my hometown. Take it, Carolyn. Carolyn Wehner, everybody. Chicago, Chicago, that island town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. You got it, that's your bottom dollar. You lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago, the town that COVID-19 had shut down. On Halsted, that great street, there's a great cabaret. We'll eat at Drew's, and then we'll sing all day. Say, we made it last year, thank God we survived. Now we're up hearing a piano bar live from Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. That's our hometown, Chicago. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank Carolyn Wehner, who came all the way down here from Milwaukee to accompany us. And I got to just say, this is a blast to be on Piano Bar Live. And I hope to have you guys all here live rather than streaming very soon. So we'll do our next song, Carolyn. The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king. It seems, though it seems to me most every day, the mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You never know how slow the moments go until I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in the stars above. It's just the thought of you, a very thought of you, my love. It's like an orchestra behind it. idea of you. The longing here for you. You never know how slow the moments go until I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in the skies so calm. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you. My love.
How nice.
Thank you.
So nice to hear the audience there with you, by the way.
I know, and I think the people in the restaurant were applauding as well. So
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
we
good.
heard them. We heard them.
Which is good.
So, hey, Russ, you have a full menu there at Drew's, right?
We have a full what?
Menu.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Food and
We have
beverage.
American-based food. We just recently opened for lunch. We never really were open for lunch. A long time ago we were. And then we had to pick up with our carry-out and our delivery. But our lunches are picking up, and dinner, it's a lot of times during the middle of the week, we didn't really have a lot of people. And the restaurant's pretty full tonight.
That's excellent. We're hoping that you continue with this good work that you've been doing. We will have you back on Piano Bar Live, and hopefully you guys will be able to stream a little bit more later down the line, because it's going to be a while, and we want to see you from in Chicago as things go along. You have some. I'm sorry.
I want to just talk about a couple different things real quick. You know, I was talking about venues earlier, and I'll tell you, there's Davenport's that Karen Mason had mentioned, but there's also Petarino's Monday Night Live, and that's also from a restaurant, and that's the brainchild of our good friend Denise McGowan Tracy, who also gave Karen Mason her job at Byfield's, and Beckie Menzie is a co-host. It's sort of structured at Birdland, in New York.
Right.
And they bring in not only the singers to promote their shows, but they also have a lot of the theater people. It's right in the theater district, which is great. And then also the Skokie Theater. That is where I did my first cabaret show. I'm from Skokie, and I'm a Catholic boy from Skokie, a Jewish area. And my shows were Let's Hear It for the Goy, Your Boyfriend's Back, and Oi to the World, that I performed with Carla Gordon, who is a contributor with Cabaret Scenes Magazine, and she's a writer and a singer and herself.
Carla's
So
another
there's all
name.
these different venues that are great. So
Excellent. And you have some piano bar people there with you today. I believe you have Judy and Bernie Rice there.
We do.
And we have Carolyn is going to play for them.
She is, and we are so happy to have Carolyn. So we're going to bring on Judy Rossignolo Rice, who's one of my dearest friends. So
don't go anywhere, folks. We got plenty of show ahead.
Okay.
Hello, you darling men. Let's see. We're going to get there right in the middle. How are you, Mr. Barbarino?
Hi, Judy. Pleasure to have you with us tonight.
We love being here. I'm moving up a little closer to hear what you're saying.
I said it's a pleasure to have you here. Why don't you sing for us, Judy? Because that's what everybody's here. They want to hear the music coming out of Chicago tonight.
Yes, I'm born and raised in Chicago. I've been doing theater for almost 40 years. Please don't do the math. And always have done cabaret, but the last 10 years or so, talking about Monday Night Live at Petarino's, a friend invited us there, and that's where we met the lovely Denise McGowan Tracy and the precious Beckie Menzie. So we're thrilled. We're thrilled to be doing cabaret and joining you guys tonight.
Excellent.
And next, my husband will come on, who I met doing theater almost 40 years ago. Okay.
It's okay. Time flies by, but it's been fun.
It is. All right, whenever,
Judy, take it
Miss
away.
Carolyn, if you're ready for me to sing, I'm all yours. I'm an older actor. lament. I'm just a Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet. I'm pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Oh, Broadway baby, I'm learning how to sing and dance. Oh, I'm waiting for that one big chance to be in a show. Oh, gee, I'd like to be on some marquee, all twinkling lights, a spark to pierce the dark. From Battery Park way up to Washington Heights. Someday maybe all my dreams will be repaid. Heck, I'd even play the maid to be in a show. Say, Mr. Producer Scott, Tony, I'm talking to you, sir. I don't need a lot, only what I've got, plus a tube of grease paint and a follow spot. Broadway baby, I'm slaving at the 5 and 10. Oh, I'm waiting for that one day when I'll be in a show. Broadway baby, oh, I'm making rounds all afternoon. I'm eating at some greasy spoon to pay for my show. Oh, at my tiny flat, there's just my cat, a bed and a chair. Still, I'll stick it till I'm on a bill. All over Times Square. Someday maybe, if I stick it long enough, oh, I may get to strut my stuff. Working for an Iceman like a Ziegfeld or a Weissman in a great big Broadway show. Please, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, my darling, precious husband, who I met doing theater 4 years ago, we actually got married on the stage of the Regional Equity Theater where we met. Mr. Bernie Rice.
I'm taller. Here we go. Coming up. Now, everyone loves Mr. Stephen Sondheim. Oh, my Lord. The Stephen King of musical theater. Very dark. Sweeney Todd. There's Sweeney, there's the judge, and they have designs on Joanna. And so does Anthony. And I'm going to put a couple of songs together, and maybe you'll see some similarities in their intentions. Pretty women, fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing. Pretty women, pretty women, sitting in the window or standing on the stair. Something in them cheers the air. pretty women, silhouetted, stay within you, glancing, stay forever, breathing lightly. Pretty women, blowing out their candles or combing out their hair. Even when they still know that I feel. I was half convinced awakened, satisfied enough to dream you. Happily, I was mistaken, Joanna. I'll see you, Joanna. I'll see you. They think the walls hide you, but now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you. I reach sweetly in your yellow hair. I feel you, Joanna, and one day I'll steal you. I'm with you there. Real sweet, your yellow hair. Oh, pretty women at the mirrors in the gardens, like writing, flower picking, when they're watching how they make a man sing. Proof of heaven, as you're living. Pretty women, yes, pretty women. Pretty women, pretty women, pretty women. Thank you.
Hey, Bernie. Hey, Judy. Hey, Bernie, you got yourself a pretty woman there. You have yourself a very pretty woman there.
Oh,
And
we were
Russ,
Golda and Tevye together.
thank,
I was Tevye and he was Golda. No, I'm kidding.
Russ,
She's
thank
so
you.
Italian.
There you go.
When I was at work and I told my friend, I'm getting married. I'm married. She's Italian. I love her. She always is so exciting. And he said, well, I'm getting a divorce. My wife's Italian.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not
Well,
funny.
it goes both ways, you know. But generally dinner is good though. Yeah.
Thank you.
These two are extremely talented. And if anybody gets to see a commercial for Method Cleaning Products, Judy is the cat lady on there.
Excellent.
All those years of classical theater training, and I was the cat lady singing, I will scrub 500 tiles.
But
Show
thank you.
business.
Thank
Okay.
you tonight for joining us on Piano Bar Live, because
Thank you so
what
much.
we just saw is classic piano bar. You with this camera edition bringing us to where you are, but you are in a live piano bar at Halsted's, Drew's on Halsted's, and we are so appreciative of your joining us this evening.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciative
blast.
for
Thanks.
having us.
Thanks
Love
for
you guys.
having us.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Russ.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to bring on another mainstay of the Chicago scene, and an amazing performer. We've had her on Piano Bar Live before, and we're thrilled to have her back. You want to do a quick intro for Beckie?
Oh, sure. Beckie Menzie, my goodness. I've known Beckie, I don't want to show our age, Beckie, but I've known Beckie for over 30 years, where I used to see her at Boombla and Heaven and the Old Gentry on 712 Russ Street. And in that time, I would sing, actually open mic there with her. And I mean, her career, as you all know, has taken off. She's been here with Tom Michael and a lot of other people, and on her own, she just did a great live stream. And then she's been in New York, Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, And the list goes on and on and on. So
Yeah, she's
without
awesome.
further ado, I want to bring on my dear, dear friend, Miss Beckie Menzie.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Can't you see? You belong to me. How my poor heart aches with every breath you take. Every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, I'll be watching you. Since you've gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night and I always see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't embrace. I feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying, please. Every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every step you take, I'll be watching you. I had no idea I would be following Stephen Sondheim when we did that dark, twisted, Every Breath You Sting song of jealousy. And speaking of jealousy, no, you heard those wonderful sounds? They were from my husband, Erwin Berkowitz. He's cute. Some of you know that Tommy Michael and I sing around the country. I also work with a girls group called Girls Like Us. And the next show that we are doing is the songs of Carole King and Joni Mitchell and Carly Simon. And this is in that show. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble in whenever you're around. Ooh, baby, when I see your face, mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you look at me that way. I feel the earth move under my feet. The sky's tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble whenever you're around. Oh, Erwin, when you're near me and you tenderly call my name, I know that my emotion is something I just can't attain. I've just got to have you, baby. And just to lose control down to my very soul, I get hot and cold all over, all over, all over. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. A tumbling down.
Thank you, Becky.
Hi.
And thank you,
Woo-hoo.
Erwin.
That was hot.
We are hot Becky and Erwin.
Thank you, guys. So, just a reminder, we've had some stuff on the sidebar and the notes, and it was a reminder to me that I actually was lucky enough to be in the audience at the Green Room 42 at the Yotel Hotel when you appeared in that Cabaret Scenes. It was a celebration night.
It was
you were,
anniversary, yeah.
you were fabulous.
Thank you. That
I
was
remember the performance, and it was definitely a highlight of the show. It's a great show.
Thank
what a lineup, huh?
It was a really nice thing. And we, Frank Dane and everybody at Cabaret Scenes and Bill, we, they've been very good to us. And Carla Gordon from the Chicago representative.
And Carla's writing. Carla is in Chicago and writes for Cabaret Scenes and has covered so much of what's happening music-wise there. Thank you, Carla. I see you're on the thread, and we appreciate the work that you do very much. And that was Marianne Lapinto that reminded me. Marianne, I'm sure that as soon as Becky can get back to New York,
we're ready. We're ready.
All right.
But we're still in Chicago, so let's get Drew's. We got to get Russ back in here for.
Yeah, let's bring Russ on.
Hi, Becky and Erwin.
Hi.
Wow, this was fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
We're getting applause here.
We hear it. We love it.
And we do have just one last thing. We have our live stream on the internet for about another week or so that we did a week ago. And so if you want to see our show, that would be great.
And how do people see that, Becky?
You should go to my Facebook page and it'll give you the links to Facebook or YouTube.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on.
Guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Hey, did you have a shout out that you wanted to mention, Russ?
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out also to our producer, who is also Chicago's Queen of Cabaret, Denise Tomasello. She's one of the many cabaret performers, but she's the cabaret performer in Chicago. She's been around for over 40 years, and she does huge concerts. She started out in little rooms, Gentry, where I met Becky. She was there. That's when I met her 36 years ago. And she's done sold-out concerts all over, just like Becky has. And she's been with 17-piece orchestras. And she's been the mainstay with Drew's to try to get us together and to try to keep us organized. So she really deserves a mention.
Yes, and thank you, Denise. And next time we come to Chicago, maybe we can have Denise on. And I love the fact that she's working with big orchestras and bands or whatever. But there's something special about the small little intimacy of cabaret and piano bars that we really
Absolutely.
appreciate. So let's set that up for next time that we get to Chicago, and there will be a next time because it's going to be a little bit longer till we can leave and really start traveling. But again, as soon as we can do that real time, we will. We're coming to Chicago. So Beckie, Erwin, thank you so much
Thank
Thank
for
you,
you.
Jack.
joining us this evening. And now, Russ,
Yes.
we're bringing on, now this is a woman who has been playing behind you guys there at Drew's with that live audience there. I'm so thrilled to hear them. It reminds me of our original piano bar live streams from
Brandy.
when we were at Brandy's. And she's like a regular with us. She's been, Tony, this is her 5th time on the show. So we like her. We like her a
We
lot.
really like her.
And
We
she
love
drove.
her.
We love her.
She
We
drove
love her.
all
And
the way down.
the interesting thing is, last year she came in to see a friend of ours that played on a Sunday night, Carl Chaddock, who also tunes this beautiful grand piano that Denise Tomasello bought. But he came in here and he was doing a couple sets, and he knew Carolyn for a long time. He says, why don't you come down to Chicago? So she came down, and Carolyn and I met, and we clicked, and I says, I got to have you back. And so she was coming here maybe a few times a week, and it was always a wonderful experience. But the best thing is we've become best friends, and I love her, and I love her partner, Mike, and you can't ask for a better person or a more wonderful musician.
So
Agreed.
well, I don't think we need to say anything further. Let's kick it right over to Carolyn.
Absolutely. Carolyn Wehner.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. I better not blow this now after that introduction. I picked 2 songs by Jimmy Van Heusen for tonight. No reason except they're 2 of my favorite songs. And there is a special Chicago connection to the second one, but I'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to do Like Someone in Love. Lately I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing guitars, like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately I seem to walk as though I had wings, bumping to things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I live as a love and feeling like someone in love. Lately I seem to walk as though I had wings. I bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove and feeling like someone in love. Little story behind that that arrangement. I used to teach voice at a private high school in Milwaukee, and I worked with classical and jazz and musical theater kids. And one of my jazz students did that song in a concert we did, and she and I kind of developed the arrangement together. And so every time I do it, I give credit to Emma Nelson. That is the Emma Nelson Carolyn Wehner arrangement of Like Someone in Love. So, I'm going to wrap it up with one of the most gorgeous ballads that Jimmy Van Heusen wrote, and he wrote this with Johnny Mercer. And the true story about the lyrics to this song written by Mercer is that he wrote those lyrics on a train from New York to Chicago. The song is I Thought About You. I took a trip on a train and I thought about you. I passed a shadowy lane and I thought about you. 2 or 3 cars parked under the stars, the winding street. Moon shining down on some little town, and with each beam, same old dream. And every stop that we made, oh, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, then I really felt blue. I peeked through the crack and looked at the track, the one going back to you. And what did I do? I thought about you. At every stop that we made, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, then I really felt blue. I peeked through the crack and looked at the track, the one going back to you. And what did I do? I thought about you.
Hey, Carolyn.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
that scene behind you, that's the traffic on Halsted Street, huh?
Yes.
And that audience in there with you, that's live. And that, again, is what a pleasure to have you with us again on Piano Bar Live.
Always a pleasure here, too.
And this is your 5th time on, right?
It is, yeah.
We have to get you here in New York again as soon as we can.
I am.
We have a couple of possibilities we're working on, but
Can't wait.
slowly but surely, right? The tortoise wins the race. So, Carolyn, thank you for coming down from Milwaukee. Thank you for the times that you've joined us before.
Yes.
And you have anything that we can let people know about coming up in the near future that they might want to either watch streaming or go down to see live?
Book something. I have had a presence in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It's a resort town kind of halfway between Chicago and Milwaukee for many, many years. But of course, everything's been shut because of the pandemic. But in all this crazy shutdownness, there's a new wine bar that opened up there, and they are going to start adding live music in the middle of April. And I'm going to be there a few Saturdays a month. And the piano's way in the back of the room, and it's very distanced from people. But I'll be singing and playing piano there on a few Saturday nights, starting in April and May, and hoping to go a lot longer. The place is called Niche, and so
Excellent.
I find my niche at Niche.
So you folks that
Excellent.
can get to Lake Geneva,
Yes.
what night of the week will that be, Carolyn? Do you know?
Saturdays?
I think I start on April 10th or something like that, and then it's every other Saturday. And I
Excellent.
do occasional dates at the Pfister Hotel Lobby Lounge in Milwaukee, just on piano as well. So.
Excellent. So Tony, let's bring Russ on to say goodnight.
Okay.
We have those two different cameras working there at Drew's.
We'll see how that works
We're
sound-wise.
going to find out.
Here I am.
Hey, Russ.
Hey.
Russ,
Yes.
thank you for helping us put the show together tonight.
Oh my God, thank you guys so much. This means so much to us. Really.
Well, Chicago again has a lot of connections with New York, as we could see from a lot of the performers that started out in Chicago that you gave to New York and the world. And we are going to come to visit you in Chicago again as soon as we can.
We can't wait.
Our
And,
viewers are clamoring for more Chicago. They heard it tonight, and they want more. They're hungry.
Well, you heard about the big window that we were performing in front of. Because we needed more room because of social distancing, they moved the piano in the back here, which in a way is working because it makes it an intimate space.
Mm-hmm.
But we're hoping to be back there, and then we'll see what happens with this other deal that we're working on.
And this other space that you're working on, we are exactly. Our fingers across anybody that's opening a new place. To those folks in the Lake Geneva place, Niche, thank you. That's what's going to take. And again, I'm looking to the future and saying this thing is going to kick. As soon as we can all get out again, I think people are going to go out to the live venues because we've been cooped up and we want to see live entertainment. And it's been live entertainment that's been keeping everybody cooped up happy. So
we're just ready to party.
Right. Well,
together.
The one owner here, Drew Johnson, he said he thinks it's going to be like the Roaring '20s. I want to thank Drew Johnson and James Kendall also.
Yep, absolutely. So listen, we're going to say goodnight now. Tony and I are going to few goodbyes to do. But thank you so much. Drew's on Halsted. Folks in the Chicago area, get over there. They are open at 50%, and you can get food, and you can get a lot of nice, comfortable, happy people around you, safely distanced, but enjoying the same space and music. And we look forward to more from Chicago in the future.
Absolutely.
Bye for now.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye for now, Chicago. We'll see
Bye,
you again
Chicago.
soon.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Did it felt like we took a trip?
That's what I was hoping for, and that's exactly what we got, which is why I'm really excited that we do have more of this in store. Again, on a screen now, tomorrow, in person again.
Well, my goal now with doing bookings is to start to feature more of the actual venues and locations that are around the country so that when traveling happens, those of us that enjoy the live piano bar and cabaret scene, we know where to go to. We do have an event on Tuesday, March 23rd. We are going to be celebrating Piano Bar and Cabaret from St. Louis, along with our friend Katie McGrath. Next week, I don't have the whole show together, but I have a couple of names I will mention. We have Mr. Bill Zeffiro coming back, as you know. And Bill is a lot of fun, a great guy.
Totally fun.
We also have Shelley Taylor Boyd coming in for the first time on Piano Bar Live, and she's from up in the New England area. And we also have Gordon Michaels coming back. We had to postpone him from the Boston event when the snowstorm hit. So we're going to be traveling around a bit more in the future and showing everybody in New York and everybody in all these other places. Brian Seat is also going to come back. He's from the Alley in Oakland. So let's all around the world, wherever there's a piano bar, get in touch with us. and
Yeah.
we're ready to visit you. We're
Yes,
definitely
we are
ready to
so
visit you.
ready. We are so ready.
Anybody that doesn't remember, we asked for it earlier. I am going to ask again, if it's possible, to help support us in our efforts. One way you can do that is to PayPal or Venmo, virtual tip. It does help us, whatever you can help us with. We know that everybody is challenged, but we do appreciate it very much. No amount is too small.
It really isn't. And those tips here and there, they get you a trip around the country on a Tuesday night of your choosing. What more could you ask for?
Absolutely. And one last thing is, though,
Mhm.
also that we say, all of our virtual piano bars, as well as all of our piano bars that were live in the venue out of Brandy's, are on our YouTube and on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
You can watch them. We also have moments and a lot of other stuff. So if you are if you're trying to liven up those around you and make people nearby you, your family and friends happy, share Piano Bar Live with them, and we hope to see you all again soon. We'll be back next Tuesday again from Piano Bar Live. So everybody have a great night.
Have a great night and have a
Now
great
I do
week.
the wave and don't know where to put my hand.
You got to just see. I didn't know where to put my hand.
It happens.
It's the thought that counts. See you
Have a
next
good
week,
night.
everyone.
Bye, Tony.
Bye, Scott.